So I asked a couple people to send me their zombie map tier lists. And today what I'm going to be doing with those tier lists is I'm going to be going through each one and ranking them from the one that I disagree with the most to the one that I agree with the most. Worst takes to best takes, L to W. And without further ado, let's get into the first tier list. And the first one that we have is from none other than CivoHD. CivoHD is if your intrusive thoughts were wrapped into a person. But it's great because that makes him one of the funniest motherfuckers on this planet. I am seeing one glaring issue though. One issue that is bringing me physical pain. At the top of S tier, there is transit. Besides that, the rest of it is pretty valid. Oh, Blood of the Dead is in there. I think Blood of the Dead is A tier. I could totally get an argument for S tier. Anything below that, ignorant bullshit. Blood of the Dead is arguably better than Mob. He said, what? He said, what about Mob? Do Mob's Easter egg right now and tell me that's not the most boring shit you've ever done. I'm not saying Mob is bad, but I am saying Mob is objectively boring when it comes to an Easter egg. The aesthetic of it is great, but Origins GK valid. Ascension in A tier, kind of hurting my brain. Also, that's just a me take. I get people like Ascension. I just can't stand the RNG of that map. The Easter egg lasts 15 minutes, but it takes 45 minutes of box hitting simulator to get it started. Also, Moon is right after that. Oh my god. Oh my god. But Town is there. Nuketown in A tier. Put respect on its name. Nuketown is my favorite survival map, besides maybe Kino. I think they're kind of tied. Again, I also didn't like preface this with, hey, can you go and super into detail and put it in order? So I'm just assuming these are all tied for A tier, all tied for S tier, all tied for B tier, whatever it is. So DE is there. Dead of the Night. Put respect on its name. Dead of the Night is such a good. Shadows, I think, should be in S tier, but it's still in A tier, so I'm fine with it. And Space, bro, put respect on its name. Kino B tier, valid. Kino doesn't have anything going for it besides it's the best survival map. Verructin B tier. Civo, are you a masochist? I don't feel like I need to ask that question because I feel like the answer is yes. Darius is also in B tier. If Kino's in B tier, Darius being in B tier, I totally get. Buried, yes. Nine, yes. Die Rise, I don't know about that one. This is the only, like, then Forsaken I bumped down a tier. Just like, I really like the aesthetic of that map, so I totally get B. After just doing the Easter egg, I just think the 4-step Easter egg is a little boring. But I do agree with that, like, mid tier that it's at. Rev is a little crazy, but Rev aesthetically is like one of the best looking maps we've ever gotten, so I get B tier. 5 is crazy. I just posted this video. It's like at 50% for likes and dislikes. 50% of people agree, 50% of people like hate that you say it. BO1 is mid. Every time I say that shit, I can only think of that meme. No, don't say that. BO1 is ugly. Every weapon has 7 bullets total. 14 bullets spread across both your weapons. Everything is grayscale. Every Easter egg is the same. They're in completely different places. How is every Easter egg the same? Someone is inside of something and you have to get them out. Gersh, the Explorers, the original cast, Samantha. 3 of the 4 actually want to be helped and saved. Samantha, obviously, Richtofen is trying to screw her. Pause. Richtofen is Ruzo confirmed. But back to talking about Black Ops 1. I get the nostalgia of it. I don't get how you can say it's an actual good game. There is literally a newer version of everything on Black Ops 1 that is better. Why would you play Black Ops 1? I think my biggest beef with all of Black Ops 1 is the weapons, but that's just me. I think I agree with all of C tier. I would just bump D Machine up 1 and I would bump Classified down 1 or 2. But besides that, I completely agree with C tier and I completely agree with D tier. And I'm pretty sure he told me F tier is the maps that he hasn't played. Oh, before y'all start freaking out about this Mauer der Toten in F tier, I'm pretty sure he hasn't played it. I also don't know if this is like partially awful maps and partially maps that he doesn't and partially maps that he hasn't played. I mean, there's definitely some things I would move around, but I don't hate the list. I've seen lists that are 10 times worse than this. I'm gonna give it a 6 or 7 out of 10 and it's valid. Civo, you're valid, bro. You know, and I've actively talked to this guy and I still don't know how to say his name. I do not know if it is Drrpy and it is Drrpy, and I've watched his videos and he never says his name. I mean, I never say my name, but my name is 3 letters. But this is Drrpy or Drrpy, but everybody will be down below in the description. And I haven't even looked up at this list yet. I just saved it to my computer. DE S tier, yes. Mob S tier, I think A tier, but totally valid. Ancient Evil S tier, put respect on it. Zombies in Spaceland, put respect on it. Darius, whoa. You know, I get a lot of people are nostalgic for World at War. Whoa. Also, you know, people could really like survival maps. I personally really like Easter eggs, but some people really like survival. Shadows of of Evil. Shadows of Evil in S tier, W. The rest of the list is valid. I don't want to say that now because I haven't looked at the rest of it. Call of the Dead A tier, woo. I get it. I get it. I'm not the biggest fan of Call of the Dead, but I totally get how people put it in A tier. Origins A tier, I'd put it in S, still valid. Buried, B tier, but A tier, valid. Dead of the Night, put respect on its name, bro. All y'all shit on BO4 so much. That entire story in BO4 is goated. All of those maps besides Voyage are great. I promise you, if those maps were on Black Ops 3, everybody would have them in their top 5 or their top 10. But it's been told BO4 blows, so nobody gives those maps a chance. Rave W. That is a World War II map. Diabolical behavior. That even scraping out of awful maps is diabolical behavior. I get some people like World War II. Criminal. Jail time. ZNS, put respect on its name, bro. It is the worst map of BO3, but that does not mean it's bad. It is actually so good. 9, put respect on Black Ops 4. Mauer, kind of overrated, but I'd only bump it down 1 tier. D-Machine, valid. Maybe B tier, but still valid. GK, valid. Shang in B tier hurts my soul, but I get it. I just, again, 5 is right behind it. And again, I don't know if these are in order or there's just like all B tier. So I'm just going as it, they're all B tier. They're all equal in this tier. So Kino's there too, valid. The Giant's there too. The Giant, I don't know how Darius is above the Giant, personally, in my opinion, but still valid. Town, valid. Ascension, God, bro. Ooh, I knew he was gonna do this. I knew he was gonna do this. We went back and forth for so long about Shaolin Shuffle. This motherfucker has it in B tier. Bro, I hate Shaolin Shuffle with my entire being. Rev in B tier is kind of valid. I think it's definitely C or B, but valid again. Moon in OK, yes, I agree with. I think BO3 Moon, B. I think BO1 Moon, in my opinion, D. It's just the anti-grav. I'm not even really gonna rank Operation Deadbolt, so you know that's wherever he wants to put it, valid. Descent and Carrier, yeah. Die Rise, I'd bump it down. Transit not being an F tier may invalidate the list, but to be fair, Civo put it in S, so we're okay. Classified, oh my god. Okay, Groston House is there. That's fine. I feel like that one's kind of fine. Blood of the Dead, I would bump up. Blood of the Dead and Tag der Toten being in the same tier, criminal behavior. Blood of the Dead, you know, hey, at least Classified, Outbreak, and Firebase are in the same tier. So W. Knocked in D tier, W. I think I agree with most of D. The only thing that I would move is Nuketown. That's just me. Like, that's just a personal thing. I know how people don't like Nuketown. I'm just not a huge fan of survival maps. So the only one that really has like that random factor to it, where it doesn't have an Easter egg, it's just built as a survival map. That's why I like Nuketown. And awful maps, agree with. W list, honestly. I think right now for me, it's kind of... There's a fucking train, bro. Excuse me, I'll try to record a YouTube video. I get the social and economic standing of the railway system in the United States of America, but yourself. I think it's pretty equal for Civo right now. I think both lists are completely valid. There's definitely stuff that I disagree with, but so far both valid. This one's a little different. I put it on a separate server like, hey, if you guys want to send me tier lists, I'm ranking them for a video. So this is Gomez. Gomez added me, sent me this. It's not the one that I sent those to, so it has less maps, but DE and Shadows being the only 2 things in S tier is so valid. I don't know if it's in order because I'm looking down at A and there's 2 things there, 3 things, 4 things, maybe 5 things there that bug me. So I'm not gonna look at it like that. They're all A tier. Mob Origins, so valid. I would bump Origins up personally, but still A tier, great. Rev A tier is a little bit diabolical. We're kind of getting into criminal activities here. Kino A tier survival map, I think it's an S tier survival map. I think it's a B or C tier overall map, just because it really has nothing to do besides survival, but totally get the A tier. Darius, on the other hand, I do not. I get Darius as a classic. World at War has aged like milk, but hey, totally fine, totally get it. And this is another thing why I'm saying I don't know if it's in order, because the Giant is behind that, when the Giant is objectively just better in every way. It's the same map, but better. There's actually another Easter egg. ZNS in B, valid. 5, I don't know about that one. I'm a 5 hater. On top of being a BO1 hater, I despise 5. 5 is the transit of BO1. What does it have going for it? The wonder weapon sucks. The layout sucks. The big boy special zombie blows. But hey, to each their own. If you like 5, you like 5. I'd bump 9 up, but B is valid. I'd bump GK up. I'd bump Ascension down. Knocked is crazy. crazy. Hold on. I was slightly agreeing with B tier, and then I looked over at Noctadur Untoten. And before I get called, oh, new gen, you're not an old head like us. You don't appreciate the classics. Whenever World at War came out, I was literally dropped into Noct. That map in 2024 is the most mind-numbing experience ever. But hey, Town, B tier, totally valid. C tier, I agree with most. I'd probably bump Moon and Classified down, but C tier's not bad. Infection may have just invalidated the list. Why is that not F tier? What possible redeeming quality bumps it from F to D tier, bro? That is me being genuine and scared. What redeeming quality did you find in that map? Also, bro, Nuketown. Why is Nuketown getting shit on? How do you have Drrpy in A tier and Kino in A tier and the Giant in A tier? I'm like, oh, maybe he likes survival maps, but throws Nuketown in D. I also get the Shino Numa hate. It's kind of the same thing as Noct. It's just kind of boring. Also, Blood of the Dead being down there, criminal. That also being one of 2 BO4 maps on here, criminal. But W, Shangri-La Transit Die Rise Voyage, W. That F tier, valid. That is so good. The rest of the list though, there's definitely some stuff that I move around. Shadows finally being an S tier, oh my god, thank Christ. But there are some glaring issues. I think this is definitely the first list. I'm gonna give that not valid. No, I'll give it a maybe valid, because there's definitely some stuff that's good, but there's definitely some stuff where, whoa, yeesh. This also has nothing to do with how I think about this person. It's how I think about their opinions on Call of Duty Zombies. Are they a psychopath? We're finding out. Now we're doing P Shooter's list. Before I start this list, I would also like to say P Shooter's name on Discord is Die Rise Enthusiast. So I don't think you guys are prepared for the top of this list. So these are all the haven't played. So these are the things that are not going to be on the list. Modern Warfare 3, IW, Advanced Warfare, only Outbreak from Cold War, which is a little strange. All the Extinction stuff, he's been saved. They've been saved. Infection, they've never touched it. I wish I could be you. But the top of this list is criminal. Die Rise being the only thing in S tier deserves jail time. Not just jail time, but throw away the key, drop the box in the ocean, and wipe their name from history jail time. And the next map is 5 and Call of the Dead. Origins, Berries, Shadows, DE, W's though. Kino, good map. Drrpy, also in good map. That's fine. Ascension, no shot. Shang, no shot. Moon, no shot. Tag, no shot. 9, awesome. Ancient Evil, think it should be bumped up 1, but still W. Now, C tier. These are okay maps. Noct, no. Bad. Bad or awful. Put it in bad or awful. Noct is so bad. It is the most boring shit ever. It's iconic. Yes, iconic doesn't mean good, doesn't mean okay. Verrückt, honestly kind of a W. Nuketown, at least it's an okay. D-Machine, think it should be higher. Blood of the Dead, think it should be higher. Mob of the Dead, absolutely should be higher. Wait a second, you're telling me 5 Call of the Dead, Moon, Shang, Ascension, and Tagged or Toten are better than Mob of the Dead? I don't know how to feel about this anymore. The one thing I will say is F tier I'm already liking. I like this a lot. ZNS is so Dead of the Night. Nah, this is the worst list so far. Nope. Dead of the Night being in D tier just ruined the entire list. I was giving it W's. How the fuck is Classified and Voyage of Despair better than, how is Shino Numa better than Dead of the Night? Forsaken's better than, oh no, this is the worst list. 0. P Shooter, 0. There's about 20% of this list that I agree with, but this right here, Dead of the Night being in D tier and having Classified above it? Are you kidding? P Shooter, go do that Easter egg. Make a video. Go do that Easter egg. I want to see a video on you doing Classified Easter egg and tell me how it is. Tell me how that is. There is no way a sane human being can tell me that they would rather play Voyage of Despair, Classified, or Forsaken over Dead of the Night. The F tier, I will still say is a W. But because of this right here, this one thing, this entire list is invalidated to me. It's obviously still in the video. You guys are watching this right now. But this right here, this, criminal. Dead of the Night being in the same tier as Firebase Z, criminal. So I literally just started editing, and MrGGMan, Mr. 42 Downs on Origins, sent me his list. I have not looked past the first map in S tier, that being Kino. That's crazy. I also made direct eye contact with Dead of the Night. I just made direct eye contact with it, and it makes me sad. Let's get the glaring issues out of the way. Kino in Town, S tier, crazy. Diabolical. Criminal behavior. Also, I know I said put respect on Nuketown's name. We're giving it a little bit too much. We're giving too much here. Origin Shadows DE, 100% agree with. 9, I think, is a little too high, but putting respect on Black Ops 4, I appreciate it. Let's give some claps. I don't even know if you guys can hear this past my noise cancellation. Noct, A tier, jail time. Drrpy, 5. Oh, transit. Oh, back to back to back to back. Mob W, Buried W, Spaceland W, Blood W. I get nostalgia for Extinction. I personally not the biggest fan of Extinction. I never was. I played it when it first came out and I played all the DLCs. Just never the biggest fan. I get how it's fun though. It's definitely, it's probably fun with people. I only ever played with my cousin, and then who the fuck wants to play Extinction now? At least the Giant is in the same tier as Drrpy. I feel like that's kind of valid. D-Machine W. Classified. Oh my god. Oh my god, there's no way, bro. I refuse to believe that people actually enjoy Classified. There's no way. You guys are lying. I'm being gaslit. Ancient Evil W. Outbreak crazy. I'm being gaslit again. There's no way. Shinonuma B tier W. Ascension, I can get how it would be in good. A good, I'm fine with good. If it was in A tier or S tier, that's where it would be like a yikes. Shang, I don't know about that one. Verruct, I think is good or okay. So yeah, W. Nightfall, again, I get it. If he has point of contact in A tier, I get this. Again, just not my cup of tea. But some people played with friends growing up. But it's some people's cup of tea. An Exo Zombies map breaking C tier is diabolical. Firebase Z also being in the same tier as Rave in the Redwoods, criminal. Rev, I'm fine with. I'm glad Rev isn't getting put super low like a lot of people like to put it. So W on Rev, W on Rave. There is another Exo Zombies map here. No, I didn't see this. I didn't see this till I read Descent. What is that? What is that that snuck up to B tier? What is that? Oh my god, I'm looking at OBS. What is that? What is that? Attack of the Radioactive thing W though. Oh my god. Oh my god. There is no way that World War II Exo Zombies and Alpha Omega somehow snuck their way into B tier. There's no shot. C tier Call of Dead, yes. Shinonuma Vanguard, crazy. It's not. Shinonuma is definitely the best thing in Vanguard, but still, Vanguard sneaking its way up here is insanity. Bus Depot? Bus Depot in the same tier as Dead of the Night? Are you kidding me? And GK? Sorry, I think Voyage of Despair was actually meant to be down here. See, I don't hate people giving Deadbolt like okay, because I think like Operation Deadbolt, like at its foundation, at its core, the game mode is fun. It's just so dry, like so dry. I feel like most people that really don't like Operation Deadbolt either A, haven't played it or haven't given it a chance, or B, only played like a game or two and didn't really understand what they were doing, didn't really get into the groove of it, which is valid, but still, I think the foundation of the game is okay. Carrier, at least Moon, Farm, Die Rise, Exodus, and Forsaken are all in D tier. This is a W. D tier as a whole, W. F tier, Infection. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Infection being an F tier is such a W. Rest of the list is immediately valid. Actually, no, take that back. Dead of the Night is still in the same tier as Bus Depot. Terra Maledicta, Duran Fong, Mayday, the Archon, Zetsubo. Zetsubo being an F tier? Zetsubo is in the same tier as Zetsubo no Shima is in the same tier as Duran Fong and Infection. Mauer der Toten is in. Now I think Mauer is overrated as hell, but in the same tier as Duran Fong? Ladies and gentlemen, does this mean Public Execution? The Frozen Dawn, the Torture Path, Shadow Throne, Darkest Shore, Shaolin Shuffle. I think Groston House is probably the one map from this game that I would maybe move up to D or C. Everything, this hurts. I'm gonna have to watch back the edited down version of all of these to actually rank these properly. I need to write down in my notes the criminal actions that everyone has committed. Bro, I can't get over this. I can't get over Dead of the Night being in the same tier as Bus Depot, Tag der Toten. And why is GK so low? I can't even rank this. I need to stop ranking them. I just need to like go through them after. Oh my god. And I got the last few that I was waiting on. Now we got Nick's tier list. Nick is a goat, bro. But I know for a fact from his streams, we have very different opinions. Except for Shadows being at the top of the list, baby. Let's go. And Origins and each and Mauer. Ooh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Other three W's. I would put Ancient Evil in A. But W. Dead of the Night. Let's fucking go. I don't even know if you guys can hear me clapping. Spaceland W. GKW. I almost called it IX, bro. 9 W. Harrier. Diabolical behavior. The Final Right. Jail time. Kino, honestly, as a survival map, W. Again, I get Kino. DE, I would bump it up, but it is very overrated. So A, W. Shinonuma, kind of crazy. I would definitely throw it BC, somewhere there. It just gets kind of boring. You know what I mean? Shinonuma is like a very, very easy map, and on top of that, it's not very pretty. It's not very nice to look at. ZNS being an A. Finally, bro, put some respect on its name. Mob in the same tier as Ascension and Moon and Outbreak and Forsaken? Crazy. Nick, I will pick you up and bring you to jail myself if I have to. Again, there's like 75% of Nick's opinions that I agree with, but that 25% diabolical behavior. Moon and Ascension, I would definitely bump down one. Outbreak, I would bump down a lot. Again, I'm just not a fan of Exo Zombies. Buried W, Rev W. Forsaken, I'd bump down just because that the story of that Easter egg is really, really good, but that map is just so meh. Bro, it has 4 steps. It has got to be the easiest Easter egg of all time. But hey, that appeals to some people. Derice, it's all right. D Machine in the same tier as Derice. I don't know. Attack of the Radioactive Thing. W, Outbreak. Nah. C, Blood of the Dead. Blood of the Dead, and then Classified. Classified, even scraping past F, is jail time, in my opinion. Call of Dead being in the same tier as Classified. W. 5, I hate 5. I know Nick has said that he likes 5. At least I'm pretty sure he said that on stream, so I get it. Nuketown being in the same tier as 5. I don't know if I agree with that. Descent being there, I would personally put all of Exo Zombies in F, but that's just me. I feel like Town being in the same tier as Outbreak and an Exo Zombies has to be a hate crime, right? Like, we have to report him to authorities. And then Rave being in that same tier? Bro, Nicholas, we need to get you into a support group, brother. Don't get me wrong. I think Town is overrated as fuck. Like, I hate lava. Like, I just hate all of the lava in transit. It drives me crazy. I think the thing that's bugging me more here is that Classified is somehow not at the bottom of F, and Rave in the Redwoods is still in the same tier. Shang and D, W. Alpha, W. Verruct, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on Verruct. I think Verruct is like the most mid-tier map ever. Farm, how that's not F tier, I don't know. But still, it's towards the bottom. So W. Tag, W. Shaolin, F. F, 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 F. Bus Depot, W. Knocked, W. Beast from Beyond being below Alpha Omega and Classified and Outbreak and Shinonuma Reborn? I don't know. Transit, W. Die Rise, W. I think I would give Die Rise D just because this liquefier exists. Firebase Z, I would also bump it up to D because it's only bad solo. It's still not a great map, but it really only sucks solo. Infection, W. Voyage, W. Archon, W. Duranfong, W. Terra Maledicta, W. And haven't played, that is all of World War II. Honestly, even if you had played them, they would just go 1 up. Because World War II, yikes. Again, if you guys are one of the 7 supporters of World War II, bro, I'm telling you. Oh my God, wait, that's right. Nick just doesn't have the DLC. The Final Reich is up here. Jail. Jail. These all blow. All of them blow. We move on. I haven't looked at the list at all. We move on to the one list that I'm expecting to trump every other list. This is Renzaru's list. Just looking at the bottom, haven't looked at the top yet. World War II, Outbreak, Infection, and Operation Deadbolt. So far, all W's. The actual GOATs. Here we go. Spaceland, Shadows, Dead of the Night, W. The entire list is valid. I don't have to read anything else. I don't have to read anything else. Shadows and Dead of the Night being in their own tier above everything, and then Spaceland also being there, the rest of the list is valid. I don't know if I have to keep going. Mob of the Dead and Origins right under it, W's. I think I personally would swap DE with Mob just because I'm not the biggest fan of Mob's Easter egg. I really think it's so boring. And DE is definitely overrated. Like, people act like it's God's gift, but it is like objectively just the best maps. This is the first L. GK, W. Rave, W. Ancient Evil, W. D Machine getting respect, W. Town overrated as Derice, W. Mayday, again, I didn't really play that all that much, so like I can't really move that anywhere. I just wasn't the biggest fan of Extinction. The Giant, good map. Rev, thank you, bro. Thank you. People actually respecting Rev. It's not that bad. Attack, W. 9W. Blood, finally, bro. Blood is actually getting love. Classified, crazy Renzaru. No, that one doesn't deserve Renzaru. Jake, Classified? Are you kidding me? Bro, anyone that puts Classified above F tier, I beg, just go do the Easter egg. Go do that Easter egg and tell me where you put it after. Don't look up the Easter egg. Don't look up how to do the Easter egg. Go do it. Marek, good map. W. Okay maps, Shino, W. Kino, W. I think I'd bump Kino up 1 spot. Ascension, Call of the Dead, W. Nuketown, it's not in D or F, so that's a W in my opinion. Nuketown's not getting shit on, and that's all I ask for. Die Rise being in the same tier, criminal behavior. Again, I can't really talk about these because I did not put that much time into them. Exo Zombies, again, I just hate Exo Zombies. Get Shaolin the fuck out. Get it out. Get it out. Honestly, so far, we're in C tier. I haven't looked at the bottom yet. There could be something I disagree with. So far, this is the one I agree with the most. Again, bro, like, I don't even know if Forsaken's okay. Like, if we're just talking about, no, Firebase Z is down here. No, this is a good spot. This is valid. If Firebase Z is down here, Forsaken's valid right here. Verruct, kind of a W. I think I'd move it to okay. Shinonuma, yeah. 5, thank God, bro. Someone doesn't have a hard on for 5. God, it's not good. I don't know what good you guys find in that map. You got the Winter's Howl, you got the Scientist, got a dog shit ass map design, not visual. You're in the Pentagon. You're playing as John F. Kennedy and Castro. That shit's cool, but everything besides that sucks. I will say, they're breaking in is iconic though. Moon, W. Shang, W. Bus Depot, W. Farm, W. Descent, I don't really know. I haven't put a bunch of time into that map, so I can't really say. The Final Reich, W. Alpha Omega, W. Firebase Z, W. Just shit boring maps. I'm sure most of you can hear this man saying this. The only thing it's missing is to be fair. Just shit boring maps to be fair. Knocked, such a W, bro. Duran Fong, yes. Paramaledicta, yes. The Archon, yes. Finally, bro. Transit. Honestly, Transit should have its own category too. That's the only like big L of this list. If these are gonna get their own category, give one for Transit too, bro. And Voyage, W. This is the last list I'm actually recording, and I can tell you now, before I record ranking them on how much I agree or disagree, this is the one I agree with the most. I don't know if my list will even look like this, but this is the most valid list I've recorded so far, by far. And before we get into my list, everybody that was just mentioned is down below in the description. Go check those guys out. And now we get into my list, and then ranking what I disagree with the most to what I agree with the most. I basically already said my feelings on every single map on this list, so I'm not going to go through on detail so we can get to the rankings. In perfect, Shadows, DE, Origin, Zombies in Spaceland. Near perfect, Mob, GK, Dead of the Night, Ancient Evil. Great. 9, D Machine, Rave, Blood of the Dead, Zetsubo, Bear Reed, Kino, Nuketown. Good. Rev, Mauer, The Giant, Darice, Call of the Dead, Town, Attack of the Radioactive Thing. Mid, Ascension, Shangri-La, Moon, Verruct, Shinonuma, 5, Die Rise, The Beast from Beyond, Tag, Firebase Z, Forsaken, and Operation Deadbolt. And these maps are either awful, or I can't really give my opinion on them because I haven't put enough time into them. Shaolin, awful. Final Reich, awful. Transit, awful. Outbreak, awful. Descent, not really available. Can't talk about it. Carrier, can't talk about it. Infection, awful. Exodus, can't really talk about it. All of these can't really talk about it. Farm, awful. Bus Depot, awful. Duran Fong, awful. The Archon, awful. Shinonuma Vanguard, awful. Terra Maledicta, awful. Knocked, awful. Groston House, I personally hate World War II as a whole. Awful. The Darkest Shore, awful. The Shadow Throne, awful. The Tortured Path, awful. The Frozen Dawn, awful. Voyage, awful. Classified, awful. Alpha Omega, awful. Outbreak, never was a fan of that mode. Again, don't care if you guys flame me. This is my own personal list. Like, all the lists before were their personal lists. But now we get on to the ranking. The list I agree with the least has gotta be Pea Shooter. Every part of that list hurt my soul, hurt my heart, and hurt my brain. Right above that, and I hate to put him here. Matt, MrGGMan, Mr. 43 Downs on Origins. That list made me want to cry. And now we're to the point where the tier lists, at least based on my opinion, are actually very, very close together. The next person, I would have Nick. I love Nick. I love watching Nick's streams. We are already well aware that our opinions are very different. So it's not like a flame. It's not like me coming at Nick. We are aware of this. And it's not even a bad list. Next person, I would have Drrpy. Bro, you need to tell me how to say it. I watched like 6 or 7 videos in a row trying to figure it out. There were just some crazy ass takes on there. But again, to each their own. It's everybody's opinion. Next, Gomez didn't have as many maps because he used a different list. And again, I think there's crazy takes on here, especially Infection, for some reason, having a redeeming quality that boosts it out of F somehow. And that just leaves 2. As blasphemous and absurd and vile as the first item on this list was, the rest of the list was honestly pretty great. That being CivoHD. Out the gate in S tier Transit genuinely hurt my brain a little bit, but everything past that was so valid. And at number 1, and the person that I think has the best zombies tier list is none other than Renzaru. As much as I hate to give him the W after him actively using thermal sights in Cold War custom games, he does get the W for a goated list. Again, everybody here is listed in the description. Make sure you guys go check them out and support them too. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.